I'm a little late, but let me turn the TV down. I have another live show coming on at 10, so I'll be doing a double live. Just give me a few minutes here, guys. Be right back. Yeah, I'll be doing a double live here in about an hour or so. But let me give me 1 second. Yeah, we're just doing the MacBook tonight. I've been super busy, that's why I'm a little late. But I made it. I did make it. That's gotta count for something, right? How are y'all doing? Filling up my vape, so I'm good to go on that. Is everybody getting notifications? I gotta set up this other thing real quick. Hold on, guys. Let's see. We got Wisconsin Fan 100, Joey Foster, and Jim Hamrick. Show the logo. Well, the problem is I can't do a screen share because I'll be doing a double live here in a little while. So that's the only reason why I can't show the logos right now. If I do them on the computer screen, all you get is a glare. I gotta set this other thing up for the other show. A lot of things going on tonight, guys. A lot of things. But I wanted to still get this in. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. That helps with the getting this out to the public. Let's see. Alright, I think I got this. Yeah, alright, so 10 o'clock. Got that other live set up, so we're good to go on that. Good. Awesome. Very happy about that. Alright, so we got that done. Let me get back over here real quick. Who else do we have in the house? Huffer Billy Paul, what's going on, man? You haven't been by in a while. Have you gotten to vote at all? Basketball legend, I see you, man. Haven't forgot about you. Jim says, except for Ball State, I don't know the logo, so just mark them down for me. Okay. Give me 1 second. So I'll be putting Liberty in the Mac because, like I said earlier, I didn't want to do a separate voting for the independents. So put Notre Dame in with the ACC, since they literally were in the ACC last year. And then I put Army and UMass and UConn in the AAC. And then I think I forgot about... No, New Mexico State went in Conference USA, so that's good. I think BYU did too. Yeah, BYU did too, so... the last independent to be voted on will be Liberty. So Liberty is going into the MAC. Let me write the MAC down. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 12. Pretty sure Pitt fans did not like my video from earlier today, but that honestly was not my list. That was the list that CFB Wire came up with, and they ranked they ranked Pitt as the quietest stadium in the nation. That's funny. I don't care who you are. That is funny. I'm just writing down these logos real quick, guys. Or the names, I should say. I can't draw the logos. Let's see. But I mean, it's been a busy day, but a little chaotic. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not bad for a Friday. Let's see. I need to turn my phone off as far as noise. Sorry, guys. Alright, we got it. We got it. Alright, so we got Bowling Green. Eastern, Central. A lot of Eastern, Central, Northern, and Western teams in the MAC. Did I get everybody? I think, well, not Western. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. I think we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I'm missing one, of course. Toledo. Alright, we are good to go, guys. Let me change shirts. This has a cat hair all over it. I didn't realize. By the way, I got 3 hats in the mail that I ordered. I'm wearing this one. This is a new hat. Then that one. And then that one. So, we're doing a little mini vote. Which one should I wear tonight? Should I wear the flat bill, the trucker, or what I have on? The votes are, all you have to do is type in flat bill, trucker, regular. Flat bill, trucker, regular. Which one should I wear tonight? I'll let y'all call that even. Regular, flat bill, trucker. Alright, so I gotta write these down. What other YouTube channel do you know will let you literally vote on what they wear? So we got 3 for flat bill. And Basketball Legends said left, so trucker. Okay. I'll hold him. Jim goes trucker. Joey goes trucker. And Reese goes flat. None for regular. Okay. Alright. No, that's cool. I'm not complaining. A little surprising, but I'm not complaining. No big deal. Let me hold them up again. Regular I'm wearing. Flat bill. Trucker. Flat. Well, let me change. Trucker, flat bill. Trucker, flat bill. Dadgummit, guys. We're like, this is a dead even tie, actually. We got 4 for flat bill and 4 for trucker. Let me make sure. Left was trucker, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for flat bill, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for trucker. We're tied, guys. I'm wearing the regular. Yvette goes flat bill. So flat bill is now winning 5-4. The only show on YouTube that's letting you decide what he's gonna wear for the live show. We got 7 watching and we got 9 votes. Dang. So looks like it's gonna be flat bill. I do like the flat bill. I'll alternate, but I just wanted to see what you guys. Alrighty, let me put these other up real quick. Stop, too late, Reese. I just changed. I'm not changing back. Oh, cripes. What did you say, basketball? I'm freezing a lot? That doesn't make any sense. Is anybody else having glitch issues? Puffer Billy goes flat bill. Yeah, flat bill 1. I'm not changing again. It was close, though. A lot of votes. Is anybody else having glitch issues? Let me ask y'all that. Basketball Legend said he was. Reese says he's good. Alright. Somebody, I need at least one of y'all right now set an alarm for 9:50. Somebody right now that's watching, set an alarm for 9:50. Whenever that alarm goes off, I need you to type in the messages that it's 9:50 so I can set up for the other show, alright? So if somebody would please do that in the chat, because I'm using my phone for the live show, and that's the only way I have an alarm. So I need y'all's help. Set that alarm for 9:50, and when it goes off, type it in the chat. I'll try to keep up with it, but I need a backup just in case I miss it, because I got to do that other live as well. I would appreciate that. Somebody give me a heads up if somebody's allowed to, if somebody's able to do that for me, please. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, on to the Mac. If you're new here, I'll explain the rules real quick. I'm making videos, bracket videos for voting to all Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. I'm going to count the votes. I'm going to go region by region, round by round, and eventually, I'm hoping to do it within 2 or 3 weeks. Eventually, we will have a #1 logo in the nation as far as what people like voted on. But in order to make brackets, you have to have seedings, and that's what these live shows are for. They're for the seedings. So, conference by conference, we've been voting seedings, first place to last place. Now, there's 2 ways to vote. One is in the chat. So we'll start with first place, and I'll say, who do you think has the best logo? And in the chat, you type in, whoever you think has the best logo available at the time. The second way to vote, which is the most powerful way to vote, is the super chat. You can super chat a team into any spot at any time, and it will not be voted on. It will be a done deal. No questions, no nothing, no voting. Done. And even if you don't want a super chat vote, any super chat at all would be greatly appreciated for supporting this channel And right now we're at the point in the show where any money that I make right now is just going to go directly back into the show. Lighting, videos, equipment, stuff like that. So right now I'm not worried about actually making money in revenue. Right now I'm trying to make money for the show to put back into the show. I want better lighting. Like, for instance, me and my brother just put on order using the money that well, we haven't got yet, but it's showing what we're going to be making. Using that money, we are buying new sound pads, those pads you see in the back, and I'm getting the West Virginia yellow and the West Virginia blue sound pads. That's going to go back there. And then to go along with that, we're going to get the West Virginia gold cord for the mics, and then a West Virginia blue mic cover. So we're reinvesting into the show. So, you know, little by little, show by show, week by week, month by month, the product gets better. So it's nice to know that people like the content that I'm putting out there, but I'm never satisfied with where I'm at as far as production, aesthetics, stuff like that. I can always do better. I just redid my intro, so there's an example right there. So, you know, stuff like that. Every little thing matters whenever you're trying to get better. Alright, so as for this show, yeah, we're good. We're good. Just make sure you vote, because I'm gonna be going through this rather quickly because we don't have as much time. So, who has the best logo out of? By the way, Gonzaga doesn't play football, so their logo is in nothing as far as these votings go. Alright, so here we go. And we already have 2 for Ohio, by the way. I haven't even called out the teams, which is fine, by the way. So the teams are Liberty. I'm putting Liberty in the MAC. Buffalo. They have that bull, the bull logo. Akron, that Z. Ball State, that's the stretched cardinal. Central Michigan, that's just the C with lines. Kent State, that's the, I think it's a falcon or a hawk or something, and it has a bolt over it. Miami, just the block M. We have 3 for Ohio. And then Ohio has Ohio with the Bobcat. 1 vote for Akron. Bowling Green is the Falcon with BG on it. And then Eastern Michigan is the block green E. Northern Illinois is the Husky logo with I think it's NI. Western Michigan is the W with the horse in it. Risco's Ohio. And then the last one is the Toledo logo, and it's just the rocket with the swoop over it. So there you go. Right now we got 4 votes for Ohio and 1 for Akron. Once again, the teams are Liberty, Buffalo, Akron, Ball State, Central Michigan, Kent State, Miami of Ohio, Ohio, Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, and Toledo. And Mike Vick is not leaving this up to chance. He's actually super chatted Akron, the Zips, the Z, in the first place. Very good, Mike Vick. I like it. So, first place is taken by Akron. Done deal. Let's see, Basketball Legend says, Gonzaga changed to the ACC. What? They're on the West Coast. They're in Washington State. How's that even possible? Alright, so Akron's off the board. I'll keep all the Ohio votes, assuming that you're all not going to flip. So, second place. We still have Liberty, Buffalo, Ball State, Central Michigan, Kent State, Miami of Ohio, Ohio, Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, and Toledo. So, Ohio has those 4 standing votes. Anybody else want to vote on who has the best logo out of the remaining? Yes, Michael Vick. Akron is a Z with the kangaroo. There's different logos. I think ESPN uses just the Z. But yes, I think on their website is the kangaroo with the Z. And then after Akron, Michael Vick goes Ohio. So that's 5 votes for Ohio. I'm about to call it, guys. Like I said, we're going to go through this Not super fast, but faster than usual. So Ohio going once, going twice. Not enough votes to overturn that. Ohio goes into second place. That was very decisive on y'all's part. Alright, so third place. We still have Liberty, Buffalo, Ball State, Central Michigan, Kent State, Miami of Ohio, Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, and Toledo. Reese says swearing is actually very good for the brain because it releases stress. Yeah, that's actually true, and I'm not banning cussing on my channel. Just try not to be like inappropriate and racist and all that stuff. That I will shut you down for that. Kent State gets a vote, and Ball State gets a vote, and Bowling Green gets 2 votes. Y'all like them Falcons? It's not bad. Wisconsin goes Kent State. Reese goes Toledo. It's not a bad vote. So right now we have a tie between Kent State and Bowling Green for third place. 2 and 2. We got 11 in the chat. Only 5 likes and only 6 votes. I think Wisconsin is flipping to Bowling Green. And he had Kent State. Alright, so he actually flipped, which gives Bowling Green the lead. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button. It helps YouTube suggest this video. Another for Bowling Green, that's 4. Anybody else? If you're in the chat, vote. This one looks pretty decisive. Bowling Green has 4, Kent State 1, Ball State 1, Toledo 1. I think we're ready to call this. Yeah. Alright, so Bowling Green for third place. And the only reason I call it out is just in case somebody wants to super chat before the bell. Going once, going twice. Bowling Green in third. Very good, guys. Alright, they are off the board. Now we're on to fourth place. We still have Liberty, Buffalo, Ball State, Central Michigan, Kent State, Miami of Ohio, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, and Toledo. Next up. 2 for Kent State. Alright, Kent State off to a hot start. Wisconsin fan says, when you're starving and your dad has to sit in the 50 car line at Chick-fil-A because everyone else is closed for the evening. Yeah, it's true. 3 for Kent State, 1 for Toledo, and 1 for Central Michigan. Joey goes Northern Illinois. I do like that Husky logo. It's not bad. I do think Connecticut has a better Husky logo. Just my opinion. Just my personal opinion. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing good. Alright, so Reese is actually changing to Kent, and he was on Toledo, so that gives Kent State 4 votes. Looks like another decisive vote in the fourth place. Jim goes Ball State. So that's 1 for Ball State. I do like Ball State. It's different. It's a different take on the Cardinal, because you got Louisville and Arizona, the pro team. Has that fighting mean Cardinal. Exactly the same though. Ball State's a little different, but still nice. I like it. Not a bad vote. Alright, so Kent State with four votes, 3 votes ahead of everybody else. So yeah, we'll put Kent State going once, going twice. Done. Kent State. In the fourth. Alright. Oh, by the way, it's Ball State Cardinals. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Alright. 5th place, guys. Kent State is now off the board. So Akron got super chatted in the first. Ohio voted in the second. Bowling Green in the third, and Kent State in the fourth. So we're on to fifth place. Ball State gets a vote. Toledo gets a vote. Northern Illinois gets a vote. 2 for Toledo. They take over. Toledo takes over the lead. Now the St. Louis Cardinals, theirs is just the cardinal on the branch. The cardinal that I was talking about that was similar to Louisville is Arizona, the football. The Arizona Cardinals. Theirs and Louisville's logo looks pretty close. Anybody else want to vote? On this one, Toledo only holds a small majority. What did I do with my... I just had my... There it is. Alright, so Yvette goes Ball State, so that evens it out now. Ball State and Toledo are tied. So, if you haven't voted, your vote can definitely make a big difference right now. Right now, Ball State has 2, Central Michigan has 1, Northern Illinois has 1, and Toledo has 2. So, I think it's time for the coin between Ball State and Toledo. And I think it only makes sense that Ball State will be heads and Toledo will be tails. Here we go. It is a heads. Ball State gets in. All right. Off the board. Now, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. And out of that, we have Liberty, Buffalo, Central Michigan, Miami of Ohio, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, and Toledo. Kent State is off the board, Wisconsin. Michael Vick goes Toledo, and Reese, you have a standing for Toledo. So Toledo comes off the board with 2 votes already. Wisconsin fan goes Toledo. That's 3 for Toledo. Just keep in mind the record. We don't have enough in the chat right this second, but I got you. But the record is 11 votes for one team, and I believe it's I have to go back and look. I think it's Maryland. I'm not sure. Right now, Toledo has a commanding lead. So if you haven't voted, do it now. You're like, what are we voting on? Well, we're voting on the best logos in the MAC. And we've already done 1 through 5. And the teams that are left are Liberty, Buffalo, Central Michigan, Miami of Ohio, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, and Toledo. 2 easy ways to vote. Number 1, type it in the chat. That counts for 1 vote. Or you can super chat a team into any spot at any time, and it will not be voted for. Just make sure that the team that you're super chatting hasn't already been super chatted, and the spot you're going for hasn't already been super chatted into. Yvette goes with Western Michigan. Anybody else? Looks like Toledo has 3 votes. Northern Illinois has 1, and Western Michigan has 1. Let's see what time we got here. I think we're actually going pretty good. Who did you vote for, Basketball Legend? Are you voting for... I didn't... What's your... Yeah, Buffalo's still on the board. Thanks, Michael Vick. What's your YouTube channel, Reese? I'm not getting alerts. So if I'm not subscribed, then, you know, we need to fix that. So, a big shakeup right now. Basketball Legend has decided to put Buffalo in second place with the super chat. So that's going to push everybody down. And I actually agree with that. I actually agree with that. I do like Buffaloes a lot. But this is not my vote, so I wasn't trying to influence. But whenever something like that happens, I'm allowed to express it. Green, Kent State, and Ball State. Alright. So now the order is Akron super chatted in the first, Buffalo super chatted in the second, and then third place is Ohio, 4 Bowling Green, 5 Kent State, and 6 Ball State. Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking. Super chat is working for you. Good job, man. Alright, so 7th place, Toledo, by the way, winning that vote. Going once, going twice, sold. Toledo into 7th. Keep rolling. Alright, so on to 8th place. Who has the best logo? Teams remaining: Liberty, Central Michigan, Miami of Ohio, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, and Western Michigan. 3rd place was Ohio, the Bobcat with the Ohio over the top. Teams remaining: Liberty, Central, and by the way, the Super Chat doesn't just count for the teams that are left. Like, if you don't like how a team is that's been voted in, you can move them or, put somebody else in. Just because they've been voted in doesn't mean you can't move them with the Super Chat. That's how powerful the Super Chat is. Northern Illinois has 1 vote for 8th place. Actually 3. Bam, bam, bam. 4th place is Bowling Green, basketball legend. Four. Nice. 5. Looks like Northern Illinois is taking over for 8th place. I like it. Reese, I had no idea that you were streaming. I got to double check and make sure I think I'm subscribed to you, and I have notifications on everywhere, but I didn't get a notification for you. So whenever I'm done this evening, I'm gonna go back. Number 1, make sure I'm subscribed to you, and number 2, I have that bell on, because I promise you, I would have stopped by if I would have saw that. You know me, I would have. All right, so for 8th place, Northern Illinois mopping the floor. So going once, going twice, done deal. No other team even got a vote. All right, so we have 4 teams left. Wait a minute. I meant to write 13. My bad. We have 5 teams left because of Liberty. The teams remaining. I'll go check on the notifications. Okay. Yeah, I try to make sure I'm subbed to everyone, and I was pretty sure I was, so I'll go back and check the bell because I did not get notified today. All right, so who has the best logo between Liberty, Central Michigan, Miami of Ohio, Eastern Michigan, and Western Michigan? And in case anybody is thinking about using the Super Chat, here's how things look so far. You can't vote Akron. Let me rephrase that. You can't Super Chat Akron, and you can't Super Chat first place. Both of those definitely off the board. You can't Super Chat Buffalo, and you can't Super Chat second place. Both of those definitely off the board. But after that, 3rd place Ohio, 4th place Bowling Green, 5th place Kent State, 6th place Ball State, and 7th place Toledo, 8th place Northern Illinois. And it looks like Liberty's logo is the eagle, the profile eagle, and the LU above it. And Basketball Legends just knocked Northern Illinois all the way down to last place. He did not like them where they were. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. They're still off the board. So the voting is still the same, guys. We got 2 for Liberty. Let's see. Wait, 1, 2, 4 for Liberty. Yes, 4 for Liberty. Liberty taking over. No, I put, Gummit. Did I put them in the Sun Belt? I don't think I did. Shoot. Crap. Now you got me thinking. Even if I was 100% sure, just because you said that, now I'm not. Let's see. You said the Sun Belt. Oh. Yep, you're right. I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, I did. Good call. Good call. I forgot about that. So, yeah, Liberty is actually off the board. Good call. Yeah, it's 9:41, by the way. Thank you for the update. Northern Illinois is in 12th place. And Basketball Legend has another super chat. I super chatted for you one night to put a team up for you, and now you super chatted my. Oh, he's talking to Basketball Legend. I was like, what did I do? I don't remember that. So what's your update? Basketball Legend. Central Michigan going into 8th place, I'm guessing. And besides that, we do have 2 votes for Miami behind that. I think he wanted Central Michigan into 8th place. So Miami of Ohio has 2 votes for. We're working on 9th place now. At least we're rolling, that's for sure. Yeah, we still got time. We're good. So the teams that are left are Miami of Ohio, Eastern, and Western Michigan. Those are your 3 teams. Oh, he wants Central Michigan 3rd. Dadgummit. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd taken. Ohio will go here. Then Bowling Green. Then Kent State. Then Ball State. And then Toledo. Okay. I got you, man. That leaves us with 9th. I got you. So that leaves us with 9th place, and Miami of Ohio has 2 votes. So 3 teams remaining. Miami of Ohio, Central. 3 teams remaining. Miami of Ohio, just right, Miami. Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan. Traveling Fools goes fake Miami. Yes, I do agree with that, actually. I should be able to watch your videos. Now I'm going to go back and make sure my bells are up for everybody, because I'm not getting any notifications. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go back and make sure about all that. Miami has 4 votes, by the way. Joey goes Miami. That's 5. Yvette and Jim go Western. So they do get 2. Anybody else want to vote? This is still mildly close, I guess. I'll just call them fake Miami. We got fake Miami, Eastern Michigan, and Western Michigan. And right now, fake Miami has 5 votes, and Western Michigan has 2 votes. What time is it? Risco is Western Michigan, so now it's... Wait, you didn't vote Miami before, did you? Make sure. No, we're good. So, 5-3 in favor of fake Miami. 5-3 in favor of fake Miami. Yes, it is 9:46. Alright, so Miami into 9th place, going once. Going twice. Here we go. Fake Miami wins it. Off the board. Now it's the battle of the Michigans for 10th and 11th. Who has the better logo between Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan? Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan. Who y'all got? Michael Vick's going Western. I'm just gonna count the other 3 as Western. So Reese, I got you. Jim, I got you, and Yvette, I got you. So Traveling wants the East side. So it's 4-1. Every vote counts, guys. Joey stays with Western. Wisconsin goes Eastern. Let me make sure you didn't vote Western the last time. No, you went Miami. Alright, so 2 for Eastern. 4-2. Basketball Legend says, Joey, what team you want and where do you want them? Uh-oh. Something about to shake up. So I'm going to go ahead and mark in Western Michigan into 10th. And now I'm just waiting on what might happen with a possible super chat coming. So somebody can... Basketball Legend wants to know, Joey Foster, what team, is there one team in a spot that's bugging you? Here's your chance. Tell Basketball Legend where you want a team. The only teams you cannot pick are Akron, Buffalo, and Central Michigan. And the only spots you can't pick are 1 through 3. Kent State somewhere. Kent State is in 6th place. You want Kent State in 4th place? Joey, you want them higher in the 4th place? He wants Kent State in the 4th place. You gonna make it official? Yeah, I think that's what Joey is going for too. Kent State for 4th. 9:49. You can pick NIU too, Joey, yeah. Wait. No, wait. He super chatted. No. He super chatted Northern Illinois in the last place, so my bad. I didn't mark it. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mark it. But you can move Kent State to 4th. By the way, I don't have to stop at 9:50. That just lets me know that I'm getting close to 10 o'clock. So we're still good. So are we moving anybody? Did you want Kent State moved into 4th? Okay, Joey wants Kent State into 4th. Right now they're at 6th place. $9.50. I got you. Thank you. 10 is when I start my double live. I have a... Alright, it's done. Kent State's going into 4th. basically, I have a live show on the Facebook group NBS Central, and I've started doing a live on my YouTube channel and on that Facebook group, so it's pretty cool. All right, so Ohio and Bowling Green. You know what's crazy, guys? I didn't even realize this. At one point, Ohio was voted into second place, but because of the Super Chat, Ohio was bumped all the way down to 5th place. That's just crazy. So, yeah. And I appreciate everybody that hits that Super Chat, contributing to the show. Like I said, right now, everything that I make off of YouTube right now is going back into production, video, audio, all that stuff. I got some things on order right now. The sound pads you see behind me, those things right there, those square looking things. We're ordering the gold, this color, and the blue pads. I think 20 of each, 20 of the gold and 20 of the blue. And then for the mic cord, I'm getting the gold color, and then the mic cover is going to be blue. So yeah, all the money that I'm making on YouTube right now is going straight back into the show to make it the best as possible. I see you, Pizza Woman. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. Let me set this other show up real quick, guys. Hold on. Alright, so let's see. Go over StreamYard. Which, by the way, on this double live I'm about to do, we'll be talking about Power 5 Conference Champion predictions and recapping the Baylor Gonzaga game, and then we're going to talk some WrestleMania. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan, and WrestleMania is the biggest showcase in wrestling every year. See, I didn't even know BBD was on. I'm not trying to... I hope people don't think that I'm trying to, take viewers from him, because it's not. So many people have shows on it at different times that it's hard to grab a spot where nobody's doing a show, But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. That is awesome. Alright, so let me see here real quick, guys. Sorry, I'm creating for this other live show, so I'll be doing a live show with you. I'm not going anywhere. Y'all will still be on, but I'll be having another live show come on with you guys. Let's see. So basically, I'll be talking about the fiasco that was the national championship, and then the Power 5 conference championship predictions. I just gotta enter all this information in. Part of the show. Okay, so Baylor Gonzaga recap champions, and then WrestleMania. All right, we're good to go on the show. Pair that up, and then pair that up. All right, so there we go, and there we go. All right. I think the other show is set up. What time are we on? 9:55. All right. Got all the aesthetics ready. Yeah, I think we're good to go on the other one. Sorry. What's going on over here, guys? Sorry, I got sidetracked. ACC champ will be Clemson, but North Carolina's going to be pretty tough. I need to grab another drink before the show starts. Oh, if y'all want to know my sneak predictions before I say it on the other show. So for the ACC, I have Clemson, but it's going to be close with North Carolina. North Carolina's going to be a really good team, and Clemson's kind of reloading on offense. So the ACC, I have North Carolina. The Big 12, Oklahoma. They're going to be a good team. Their offense is loaded, and Alex Grinch has the defense looking really good. So Oklahoma. For the Pac-12, I have Arizona State. Watch out for the Sun Devils. They have a legit defense, and Jalen Daniels could be a Heisman Trophy contender. The only concern I have with Arizona State is they do have a couple of tough road games. I know they have to go to Utah, and I think they have a road trip to Washington for the cross conference. Not 100% sure, but I know they have a tough road slate. So ACC, I have Clemson. Big 12, I have Oklahoma. The Pac-12, I have Arizona State. The SEC, I'm going to take Georgia. I think they just have way too much coming back. Alabama, if anybody were to sneak up on Alabama, this would be the year, kind of like 2019. So I'll take Georgia in the SEC. And then the Big 10, I'm going to take Wisconsin. I don't trust Ohio State. They lost a lot on offense, and their schedule is going to be a little difficult. They do have more talent coming back than people realize, but I just think this is the year that Wisconsin wins the Big Ten. And I'm not counting out North Carolina, by the way. Not at all. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Nope, I'm not going to do it yet. Wisconsin fan says, I would say just try paying a little more attention to YouTube chats. Huh? Oh, you had a recommendation? What was that? Everybody drop predictions. Yeah, that's cool. Who y'all think got for each, who do y'all have for each conference champion? How about that? Alright, so I have just enough time to use the bathroom. Yes, I'm human. I have to use the bathroom. Alright, I am good to go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and watch this thing. Brand. There we go. Alright, so my other channel is counting down. Oh, crap. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Golden Blue Dude, back with you here on Bragging Rights. It's been a little while, and there for a while I was on a 3-day in a row where I was doing double lives, which, by the way, I'm doing a double live tonight. So I got my YouTube channel over here watching. It's called Golden Blue Dude. don't forget to go check out my YouTube channel, Golden Blue, doing videos every single day. So I got that live going on, and I also have you guys going on. Let me switch over to comments so I can see everybody's comments. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a double live. It sounds complicated, it sounds hectic, but really it's the same show, two different formats. I've actually been doing my live show on YouTube for about an hour now. We've been voting on logos, so they're just hanging around to see what kind of goof offs I do for this other show. So I'm going to show off for a little bit this evening. But we got a great show for you guys. I'm not sure if Keo's going to stop by or not. I think he's going to, but we'll see. I'll keep my eyes out for him. But in the meantime, college basketball is officially over for 2021. That's crazy. It feels like it just started, at least March Madness just started, yesterday. But yeah, it's over. And it didn't end with a bang. Not at all. When somebody asked me for a prediction for the national championship for college basketball, I predicted Baylor would win, but I predicted 87-82. So in no way, shape, or form did I think that a blowout was going to happen. In fact, if somebody would have told me a blowout was going to happen, I would have said Gonzaga. So if I had two choices, a blowout, I would have said Gonzaga. Then a close win, I would have taken Baylor. I would have been wrong both ways. The one thing that I was not thinking of, a Baylor blowout, that's what happened. People that watched that game, well, some people that watched the game are like, what happened? Well, it's not that Baylor was just, that much better. It's Gonzaga. Something didn't look quite right. Number one, they weren't getting offensive rebounds. So basically, the way Gonzaga had to play, since they weren't getting offensive rebounds, is they had to shoot the lights out. And they shot okay. They shot in the 40 percentile, except for 3 points. I think they were 25% from three-point land. Not 100% sure, but I think it's right between 25 and 30%. Anyways, they weren't getting offensive rebounds, and that's what led to this massive blowout. I think the rebound disparity was actually 17 in the favor of Baylor. So, yeah, if you would have asked me before the game if I saw that coming, I would have said no, I wouldn't have. I know Gonzaga wasn't known as a crazy good rebounding team, but that bad, I'm not sure. So here's the problem that Gonzaga is in right now. Here's the conundrum. So they're a well-known basketball school now, right? They're no longer, the Cinderella story. Problem is, they still can't win a national championship. They just went 30 and something and nothing until they got to the national championship. Then Reggie Miller, choke time. Not good. And I kind of felt bad for Gonzaga because they were overdue for one. But at the same time, Baylor hadn't had one in like 50 years, maybe 60, something like that. So either one, you kind of felt bad for. Just so happens it was Baylor's night. And whenever I watched that game, I was like, Baylor really hasn't been great in basketball, but for maybe 3 or 4 years, maybe 5. They've been okay for a while, but they haven't been great. And then I look at my team, I'm like, West Virginia, we have a Hall of Fame coach in Bob Huggins. We did go to the Final Four back in 2010. But then we get to the big dance every year, year in and year out, and we get knocked out either in the second round, Sweet 16, maybe Elite 8 if we're lucky. So there's no excuses for West Virginia anymore, and I'm not blaming the coach necessarily, but our players are not mentally tough. So congratulations to Baylor, for one thing, and I'm sure Gonzaga fans are devastated because they really thought this was their year. I thought it was their year. And we got the national championship that we all thought we were getting. And whenever Baylor got COVID, whenever they came back from COVID, they didn't look like the same Baylor team. But slowly but surely, they got better and better. And of course, by the time they played West Virginia, they were kind of sort of back to the old Baylor. They beat West Virginia in overtime. There was a stat that somebody put up earlier where we got beat by Baylor. I think it was by 4 or 5 points, and then we got beat by Gonzaga by 5 points. So we were a really good team this year, a really good team, just not good enough. And the thing that drives me crazy is we get into the second round, we play 11 seed Syracuse, and we actually do fairly well against their zone, but for whatever reason, Syracuse on that night got on fire. It had to be that night against West Virginia. Of course, that's our luck. So that's my thoughts on the national championship. I kind of turned it around about West Virginia because I was sulking a little bit. Still ticks me off, but anyways, that was a tough game to watch. Baylor jumped all over Gonzaga right from the beginning, so it was a blowout within 5 minutes. But then you're thinking, you know, Gonzaga is Gonzaga. Gonzaga is Gonzaga. They're going to come back. They're going to at least make this a game. It didn't happen. Probably one of the worst national championships that I've ever seen in my entire life. But we got the matchup that we wanted. So, congrats to Baylor. Gonzaga is still the odds-on favorite to win the national championship next year. Here's the crazy thing. You know who's number 2 right behind Gonzaga? It's pretty close between Baylor and UCLA. That's right. UCLA is actually an odds-on favorite to win the national championship next year. That's crazy, ain't it? But they did get to the Final Four, and they did give Gonzaga, they made them sweat for a while, so I can't totally disagree with that. So I'm going to keep my eyes out for that, see if those odds change a little bit. But right now, UCLA has caught my eye. They are, I think, second or third as far as odds-on favorite to win the next year's national championship. All right, on to the next topic, and it's actually my favorite topic. It is college football. You're like, Golden Blue dude, college football isn't going on right now. That's okay. It doesn't matter if it's going on or not. I just love it so much. I wanted to do some predictions. We got to watch some spring games, spring practices, see what everybody looks like. So I wanted to do a quick champion prediction. I'm going to go through and give everybody my champion prediction for each Power 5 conference and give you a couple of reasons. At least try to make a little bit of sense, because a couple of these might raise your eyebrow. Why did you pick that team to win that conference? So here we go. We're going to start in the ACC. I think it's an obvious choice in the ACC. The ACC is Clemson's. It's Clemson's conference right now. But I do think that North Carolina will challenge Clemson, and I think it'll be the same scenario as it was last year. The winner of Miami and North Carolina will go on to play Clemson in the ACC championship. But I do think that Georgia will beat Clemson in the first game. After that, Clemson probably runs the rest of the table, gets the ACC championship, plays a tough North Carolina team, and the winner of that, I believe, gets into the playoffs, obviously. The question is, what if North Carolina runs the table before the ACC championship, plays Clemson close, but loses? Do they get in? I think they have a really good shot if some other things happen. But as far as winning the ACC championship, I still have Clemson, so not really a shocker there. I'm going through the conferences that aren't going to be all that shocking. Next, the Big 12. Oklahoma. I do think it's going to be a tight race between Oklahoma and Iowa State. I think Matt Campbell has a lot going on for him at Iowa State. I think they're headed in the right direction. The problem is, Oklahoma returns pretty much everybody on offense. Really, they only lost Charleston Rambo, transferred to Miami. But Alex Grinch, their defensive coordinator, Oklahoma's defense doesn't look like Oklahoma's defense anymore. They actually looked really good. They were a top 20 defense last year. I think Alex Grinch keeps that going. And Oklahoma doesn't have an amazing defense, but a good enough defense. I think they have a top 20, top 25 defense. You pair that with a top 10 offense, probably a top 5 offense with Spencer Rattler, and Oklahoma will be your Big 12 champions, and I think they'll go undefeated. The only game that really makes me raise my eyebrow will be that Iowa State game. But I think Oklahoma is just a smidge better than Iowa State. I don't think we'll see what we saw last year. And last year, the problem with Oklahoma is they got off to a really slow start. They lost to Iowa State and they lost to Kansas State. But then after that, Oklahoma just got going and they never stopped, including a revenge game against Iowa State. So that turned out to be just an on-fire ending to the season. They blew out Florida. I know Florida was missing a bunch of starters, but still, they blew out Florida. That's something, and I think they carry that momentum into the 2021 season. Win the Big 12, go undefeated, get to the playoffs, and I think Oklahoma gets to the national championship this year. I'm not quite ready to pick them as a national champion, but I think Oklahoma is good enough to get to the national championship. So there you go. ACC, I'm going to go with Clemson. Big 12, I'm going to go with Oklahoma, not Oklahoma State. I was about to say State. Oklahoma. So the last 3 conferences are the ones that you might not see coming. The first one is the SEC. I'm actually going to go with Georgia. Well, not necessarily, left field or whatever. They do have a ton coming back on offense. And if you look at the last 5 year statistics, the team that comes back with the best offense usually is going to get to the playoffs, wins their conference, and at least gets to the playoffs. Now, you can't have a trash defense, and Georgia's not going to have a trash defense. They just got Tyke Smith from West Virginia, our best defensive back, so that's going to help Georgia. And yes, George Pickens injured his ACL and needs surgery, but trust me, Georgia has more than enough talent to cover for that loss. Jermaine Burton, he has a sprain, but he'll be fine. Kyrios Jackson, Darnell Washington, don't forget about JT Daniels, and the running back Zamir White. And the offensive line will be really, really good this year. They do have a few questions on defense as far as linebackers go, but I think Georgia will figure it out, and the offense will carry them. Number one, win over Clemson, and number two, I think one of 2 things will happen. Either they'll get to the SEC championship undefeated, possibly lose to Alabama, or maybe grab a weird loss in the regular season and beat Alabama in the SEC championship. I don't know which one's more likely or unlikely, but one of those 2 scenarios are going to happen. I think Georgia actually slips up in the regular season, loses to somebody they probably shouldn't lose to, South Carolina maybe. For some reason that happens more often than not. And then runs the table and beats Alabama. This is the year that Alabama is vulnerable. And I get a lot of crap for this. Alabama's Alabama, and they reload. All you have to do is look back at 2019, and every so often Alabama isn't dominant. They're still Alabama. They're still only going to have 1 or 2 losses, but they're not the Alabama. They're in rebuild mode. I think that is this year. I think Alabama's still going to be a great team. 10 wins, no question. But this is their little, just slight down tick. And then they'll be back up the next year. And Georgia just so happens to have all this talent in that same exact year. So that's why I like Georgia winning the SEC. The Big Ten. That one's a tough one. Of course, everybody wants to take Ohio State. And Ohio State does return more talent than people realize. But they have some tricky games. They do get Penn State at home. That helps. They do have to go on the road to play Indiana. And last year, Indiana stormed back and almost beat Ohio State in the Horseshoe. So between that and then a road trip to Michigan, I know they haven't lost to Michigan in a very long time. But you got to remember, Michigan just restructured Jim Harbaugh's contract. I think that does light a fire up under his rear end. And Ohio State, just like Alabama, slight downtick. And that's why I'm picking Wisconsin. Wisconsin, they returned pretty much everybody.
that offense will be even better than what it was last year. And we always know that their defense always legit, and their schedule that also will help Wisconsin. Wisconsin does not have a tough schedule at all. In fact, whenever I graded their schedule, I think they had Wisconsin as maybe the third or fourth easiest schedule in the Big Ten. So I think Wisconsin has a favorable schedule. I know they play Notre Dame, but that's at a neutral site, and Wisconsin fans will show up. Trust me. So I think Wisconsin does beat Notre Dame, and I think they get to the Big Ten championship probably with one loss. They beat Ohio State, and they might be competing with, say, the winner of the Alabama Georgia, and or the loser of the Alabama Georgia game, and the loser of the Clemson North Carolina game. Wisconsin will be competing with those two teams for a spot in the playoffs. Yes, I think Wisconsin is that good, that talented, and their schedule sets up that nicely that they could be in the playoff conversation at the end of the year. Then the last conference, the Pac-12 conference. A lot of people have Oregon. A lot of people have USC. Some people have Utah. Not me. I have Arizona State. Jalen Daniels, the quarterback for Arizona State, is the real deal. He's going to be a Heisman Trophy contender. We saw in the last game against Arizona, hung 70 on him. I know Arizona was bad, but I think we saw the full force of Arizona State in that last game. The only issue that I have with Arizona State is they do have a road trip to Utah, and I think a cross division road trip to Washington. Not 100% sure on that, but I think those were the two games that stuck out to me. So, Arizona's schedule might be the only thing that trips them up. As far as talent, though, I think Arizona State has the best talent out of all the Pac-12. Oregon has to go to Ohio State at the beginning of the season. That could be a loss. I know it doesn't affect the Pac-12 standings, but it does affect momentum and mentality. So I think, and Tyler Show, I think he transferred as well. So Oregon, I think Oregon has 3 or 4 losses on the schedule. USC, we saw them last year, very up and down. I think they have at minimum 2 losses, probably 3 or 4, just like Oregon. So yeah, I'm going to put money on Arizona State. Just the schedule is the only thing that worries me about Arizona State. Other than that, I think they're good to go. So my official predictions for the Power 5 champions, number 1, the ACC, that'll be Clemson. North Carolina's going to be close. Number 2, the Big 12, Oklahoma. Iowa State might be close. Number 3, the SEC, I'll take Georgia. Alabama's going to be close, I know. And then the last 2 I'm more confident about. And that's going to be Wisconsin for the Big Ten and Arizona State for the Pac-12. So those are my official predictions. As spring goes along, maybe injuries happen, spring games happen. It might change, but as for right now, those are my predictions. I don't see Keo popping up. I don't know what happened. I hope he's okay. He was supposed to stop by and talk about wrestling. I don't know what's on the card. He's the one that keeps me up to date on that. So I'm going to jump off here, guys. I hope y'all have a good night. We're going to actually do another show tomorrow evening at the same time. And hopefully we'll get some wrestling in. We'll try to do all of WrestleMania into one show. So come back at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I think it's 7 p.m. Pacific. So appreciate everybody that stops by. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Tell me if you agree with my predictions or not. But that's what I got for now. I'll see y'all on the next show.
Yeah, I saw y'all's comment, but the producer for the other show said whenever I'm on that show, he doesn't really want me to talk about the comments for my live show. Let me see if I missed anything. Joey Foster says Cincinnati is no small school, but really seriously, this will be the year for the lower school. The less athletic, let's put it that way. Joey, the only one that could out of those is Iowa State because there will never be a small school in the playoffs. As far as the group of five, man, last year spoke volumes about that. Cincinnati should have got in. I mean, what's the worst case scenario? They would have got in and got blown out like Notre Dame. I mean, I know they credited Notre Dame by beating number 1 Clemson, but Clemson wasn't at full strength. Yes, DJ Uiagalelei looked great, but Clemson was without like 3 of their key players on defense. So, yeah, I did not like that at all. That's why I don't think Cincinnati has a chance. Not because they're not good enough, but because the playoff committee last year set a bad precedent saying, we're not going to let you in if you're not in the Power 5. That ticks me off, and I don't agree with it, but that's just how it is. The year for a group of 5 team to get in was last year, and Cincinnati should have gotten in. 100% they should have gotten in. If you're a Cincinnati fan, you 100% have the right to be mad. Last year was the year that you should have gotten in. And I don't see what the downside would have been to letting Cincinnati in. Number 1, worst case scenario, they get blown out like Notre Dame did, right? The next thing, if you're trying to prove your point that group of 5 teams shouldn't get in, the only way to prove that point is by letting them get in and letting them get slaughtered. Otherwise, it's all hearsay. So anything that the playoff committee says now, I don't even listen to. I'm like, it's hearsay. You haven't proven it. You haven't even tried it. The only way to prove your point is by putting a group of 5 team in, and if they get slaughtered, they get slaughtered. Congratulations, you proved your point. So the question is, are they scared that a group of 5 team could actually be good enough and win the national championship? That's the only thing that really makes sense to me. Because they didn't earn their way in. They're scheduling better. They're going undefeated. Teams that don't deserve to get in are getting in and getting blown out. All your excuses are done. Playoff committee, all your excuses are done. Over. And the only way for you to prove your point is to put a group of 5 team in. That's the only way to prove your point. Otherwise, you're just talking. Otherwise, you're just beating your chest, saying you're right. I mean, you could have proven your point with UCF. Put them in, they get slaughtered, and everybody's like, okay, all right, we see your point, no group of 5s. But no, it's all hearsay. And UCF went on and beat Auburn. Cincinnati had the game against Georgia, and Georgia was a different team with JT Daniels than before. I think they were a national championship caliber team with JT Daniels. So a close loss to Georgia with JT Daniels, no shame in that at all. So I don't know what's going on with the playoff committee. They're not proving any point. Honestly, the only thing they're doing is making themselves look bad and having hearsay evidence. Hearsay doesn't work in regular court, and hearsay doesn't work in this situation either. The only way to prove your point ever, playoff committee, is to actually let a group of 5 team in the playoffs. As long as they're undefeated. 1 loss, okay, fine. But last year, Cincinnati went undefeated. A few years back, UCF went undefeated. They did what they were supposed to do. The message that you're sending, playoff committee, is if you're in the group of 5, you have no shot, period, of ever winning a national championship. The FCS level, they have their own tournament.
They crown a national champion. Every level of college football crowns a national champion. But in FBS, if you're not in the Power 5, zero chance of even sniffing the national championship. So, one of two things has to happen. One of two things needs to happen. Number one, you take a chance and you put one in there. And if they fail, they fail. And the second thing is, the group of 5 need to split off and have their own division and create their own national championship. And a lot of people's arguments are like, well, that would mess up with scheduling. No. Powerhouse teams still play FCS all the time. So it would not mess with schedule. The only thing it would do is create an opportunity for these group of 5 teams to win a national championship. Name one downside. Name one downside that creating a separate division for the group of 5 for a national championship. Name one downside for that. I cannot think of any downside for that. None. That whole discussion just ticks me off because it makes no sense. Let me rewrite this because there was a bunch of jumble going on with our votes. But the reason I wasn't paying attention to y'all during that other show is because the producer for the other group said whenever I'm doing a show for them, even though I'm doing a live show, a double live, I can't really address the audience for my YouTube channel because I'm doing that live for them as well. Let me rewrite these rankings real quick, guys. So it got crazy, all those super chats, which is great, by the way. Alright, so Akron. Dadgummit. Did it again. Sorry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so Akron was in first. Super chatted. Buffalo second. Super chatted. Central Michigan. Super chatted. You know what the crazy? I didn't even realize this. Kent State was actually voted in the 4th place to start out with, but because of Buffalo being super chatted in the 2nd and Central Michigan being super chatted in 3rd, they got bumped down to 6th. But then at the end, Basketball Legend ended up super chatting them back up to 4th. That's actually a pretty cool scenario. I didn't know if y'all knew that or not. So it seems like Kent State was destined to be 4th place. I like it. And then Ohio, and then Bowling Green, and then Ball State, Toledo, Fake Miami, Western. I wrote Wisconsin. Wow. Guys, I wrote Western Wisconsin, Eastern Wisconsin. What the heck? And let me write this last one and I'll be done. Northern Illinois. Alright, so
here are your final rankings. Akron was super chatted into first place. Buffalo was super chatted into second place. Central Michigan was super chatted into third place. Kent State was super chatted into fourth place. And then the rest of these are votes, except for last place. So, votes. Number 5, Ohio. Number 6, Bowling Green. Number 7, Ball State. Number 8, Toledo. Number 9, Fake Miami. Number 10, Western Michigan. Number 11, Eastern Michigan. And number 12, Northern Illinois Super Chatted. Michael Hogg says, WTF, Golden Blue Dude. How did Ball State not in the top 3? That is not fair. Super Chat should not be able to have anything to do with this. I hate it. I just try to give it more power since people are investing money into the show. I have to question your ranking, GBD, because the schools, with the exception of Buffalo, should not be ahead of Ball State. I like Ball State's. In my video, I actually had Ball State in the top 3 or 4, I think. Aaron says Ball State is number 7 with Stop the Count. We have some rage going on over Ball State's ranking. Out of all the teams that have rage about, I did not think it was gonna be Ball State. Let me look at the last chats. Michael Hogg says GBD needs to rethink how he votes for the best logo. Akron is on the bottom of the list. Basketball Legend says Florida State will win the ACC with Mike Norvell improving coaching, and a big win over North Carolina at the end of the season brings momentum into next season. I think Florida State makes a bowl this year, but they don't have the talent to win the ACC. I can't bring myself to make that prediction, but I do think they get to a bowl, and I think they could have an 8 or 9 win season. But winning the ACC, I don't think so. Michael's still raging. WTF, Joey? How in the hell does Bowling Green have a better logo than Ball State? I've made my video. Y'all know how I feel. So yeah, the rankings that came out are definitely different than in my opinion. With Bowling Green, I thought their logo uninspiring and their colors is yuck. But it is what it is. Yeah, I am hoping for an 18 playoff, but I'm just sick. I'm sick of the playoff committee acting like they're making their point when they're not making their point at all. In fact, they're not doing anything to prove their point at all. They keep acting like strength of schedule, blah blah blah. Throw them in there as long as they're undefeated. That is the one thing that I will say. They do have to go undefeated. But when that happens, you have to take a chance to prove your point. So the only reason that I can think of that they're not putting them in is they're actually scared that a group of 5 will win the national championship, and then it'll be like, well, that looks bad on us because look at their schedule, and then look at their schedule. They didn't actually earn their way in. Bull crap, shut up, I'm sick of it. This whole Power 5 label has messed everything up. That's what's wrong with college football. The Power 5 label, when they created that was the crapper that college football got flushed down. So, all right, guys, it's getting late. I'm gonna jump off here. If you add all the time together, I've been on with you guys for about an hour and a half. So this was really fun. I'll come back on tomorrow. We'll continue this conversation, and I will reveal the total rankings for all the conferences, and we'll see how it turned out. Wisconsin fan says undefeated in 2 Power 5 wins. Yeah, and Cincinnati did that, or have been doing that, whatever. But yeah, the playoff committee act like
that they've been proving their point, and they haven't. They've done the complete opposite. Hearsay, 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 not backing it up. So, it is what it is. Y'all have a good night, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the regular video, by the way. Don't forget I have regular videos, not just these lives. I'm glad y'all stopped by. And if y'all haven't seen my regular video, go check it out. I'm going to get off here, but I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a good night, guys.